hay production.
Sits Lee Calvert's 2,000-acre Ellis County family farm.
My father helps me. Obviously, my little sister helps. My wife, huge help. I've got 3 sons, and they're coming along and doing what they can.
They hear that ICE is coming, or they see somebody from INS roll up. Well, they just don't show up. They're scared to come to work.
Well, thanks to the big orange gremlin-looking motherfucker, multiple farms in Texas just shut down overnight. Why? Because ICE raids made nearly 100% of the workforce completely vanish. People ran, got detained, or flat out got scared to death and never came back. Dairy farms are in panic mode right now. Cows gotta be milked every 8 hours. And guess what? Nobody's showing up to milk these fuckers, folks. This isn't some Texas problem either. This is happening across the entire nation. ICE isn't just out here enforcing some bullshit laws. They are actively crippling our food systems with fear and chaos. You want to talk about consequences? This ain't just about politics anymore, y'all. It's about what's on your table, what's in your fridge, or what's about to be missing from your fucking store. These Nimrods aren't saving America. They're starving it.
All right, MAGA, get out there. Where are you at? You got your jobs back. You got your jobs that were taken from you. Get out there. Get out there and start working.
And there's reports now that some farmers have 100% of their workers not showing up, and they're being forced to shut down. In South Texas, they grow grapefruit, they grow oranges, lots of different citrus varieties, leafy greens, onions, potatoes, peppers. So not only are the prices of what we can get going to go up at the grocery store, but also there's going to be massive food waste if there's nobody picking these crops when they're ready to be picked. I hope MAGA likes a diet of strictly processed foods.
Texas is continuing the F around and find out stage. Guess what just hit 0 before Donald Trump's approval rating? Right there. Farm labor attendance, 0. Entire fields, whole crews are ghosting fields, leaving fruits and vegetables to rot because the Donald Trump administration is too busy playing cat and mouse with people who just want to feed America. To the MAGA people who are saying that immigrants are taking your job, this right here is your opportunity. Pick yourselves up by the bootstraps, get those buckets, and pick those strawberries. No more hiding behind those welfare checks that are padded behind blue state dollars. You wanted the raids, you got them. Now get in those fields and pick those fruits and vegetables before you watch the produce aisle turn to a luxury boutique section. Chop chop, MAGA. And that's it.
Hello lovelies, welcome back to today's episode. Let's talk about these farmers. You remember it's been long, these farmers coming out online complaining the way they are going bankrupt, they are losing their farms because of these new policies. Let's talk also about these Texas farmers, the way they are forcefully going to shut down their farms because 100% of their workforce, they are no longer showing up to work for them because of these migration rates. You remember currently what really happening in the area, which is still affecting most business owners. Also, farmers are getting affected the most. Let's talk about this. Let me know what you think. Then we'll come back with more commentaries.
Oh no, this is so sad. There are a bunch of white Texas farmers who are losing their farms right now. Because guess what? 100% of their workforce vanished. Wow. So all those people, who got eyes called on them, they were working on the farms. So now that they're gone, they cannot sustain the farms. You know what's crazy about this video? Because I talked about this like 2 months ago when Trump brought over all these South Afrikaners, farm people, where we find out that they were not really even farmers. And I was talking about this and found out that a few of our dear white farmers here had started losing their farms because of promises that were made to them and was not kept by this administration. So now it's trickling down to some other farmers because now their workforce, they're gone. And I was seeing somewhere where somebody came over, and it was a Caucasian man. He came over from Twitter and he was like, y'all, A lot of these farmers, white farmers, they thought that black people were going to come and work for their farms.
Hello, Americans who like to eat. I'm Linda, and I want to talk about empty grocery shelves. They are coming, and sooner than we think. There's a 3,000 per day immigrant detention quota. 40% of farm workers in the United States are undocumented. You do the math. Farms are an excellent place to find undocumented immigrants to detain and deport, depleting the workforce. And now, those who haven't been rounded up are afraid to show up. Let's look at just one state, Texas. According to farmers, this issue has been affecting their farms for a couple of weeks, but overnight, it bottomed out. On several Texas farms, nearly 100% of farm workers aren't showing up. So what does that mean for you? Remember Trump's comment about having $2 instead of 30? Cows are milked 3 times a day. No workers, no milk, and some very unhappy cows. What if your grocery store, instead of getting 30 gallons of milk, gets 2? 28 families will not be able to buy milk. Now extrapolate that among produce. Produce that instead of being harvested is rotting on the vine. Texas is one of the top 10 producers of 40 major commodities. It is the 4th largest agriculture producer in the nation and 2nd in animal products. And it's not just cows not being milked and produce rotting on the vine. 1 in 7 Texans works in an agriculture-related job. If farms stop working, those jobs are affected. Workers not earning money aren't paying taxes. And yes, undocumented workers pay taxes. Without money coming in, they will cut back on things like restaurants and small businesses, movie theaters, wherever they spend their discretionary income. Last week, Trump ordered a halt to immigration enforcement at farms. But it may already be too late to solve the current problem. The lack of workers now mean farms won't hit full production this year. And if they lose planting now, there is nothing to harvest later.
Illegal immigrants are stealing American jobs. No, they're not. How many times did Timmy or Todd or Tucker actually go to school and dream about being a dishwasher? How many of these, Stanley Cup toting moms was actually pushing their children to be bricklayers or farmers? Immigrants aren't coming here to steal American jobs. They're taking whatever job they can get that most Americans don't want to do them. How many kids grow up nowadays to get a part-time job at McDonald's? If immigrants were the problem, then why is McDonald's and Burger King and Wendy's offering like $22 an hour to get people to work? Oh, illegal immigrants are taking our tax dollars. No, they're not. They're actually paying taxes and they can't get a refund. Well, illegal immigrants, when they come to this country, they're taking our benefits. No, they're not. Because without a valid Social Security number or any kind of documentation, they can't apply for any of that stuff. So how are they getting that out of it? Well, illegal immigrants come here and, they're just breaking the law. And then why is ICE going to construction job sites? Why is ICE going to churches and schools and to, immigration offices to detain illegal immigrants? ICE is going to everywhere other than where actual criminals are. Seems spineless. The fact that they're wearing a mask, even gutless. Now they have a backup with National Guard. And you've got Washington screaming he wants 3,000 a day. Care if they're kids, sick, dying, alone, doesn't port the port. What do you guys think?
So I just saw this video of this white man who's not MAGA, by the way, or at least he says he's not, but because he damn sure selling the look. But he says he has a fake account over on Twitter, and he joined this group of white farmers, and he's pretending to be MAGA just to see what they're talking about. So apparently they had this group chat or group call where the white MAGA farmers were upset and saying the only reason why they voted for shitty britches was because they thought the blacks didn't have jobs and the blacks would come back and work their fields. They thought they were going to get slavery back by voting for shitty britches. But they have been saying loud and proud with their chest that immigrants were taking their jobs. Yet, there are a couple of farms here in Texas that overnight lost 100% of their workforce. But immigrants was taking their jobs, right? Racism is expensive, huh?
News out of Texas, and if this is happening in Texas, this is happening elsewhere. I'll put the link to the article in the description. Multiple farms are shutting down due to lack of workers because the entire workforce has basically fled and is in hiding and not showing up for work. Crops are being left to die in the Texas heat. Livestock is being untended to, unwatered, and unfed. There's just no one to do the work. So this is going to lead to potential food shortages because I'm sure this is happening across the country. Most farm workers are questionably documented. No one else is willing to do the work. This is going to lead to shortages, and inflation is going to go back up as we're going to have to import food from outside.
So there are reports coming out right now about farms in Texas losing nearly 100% of their staff due to immigrant workers not turning up because of fear of the ICE raids. So let's talk about that. Texas farms generate around $32 billion a year in revenue for the state, huge, valuable, and there's around 100,000 and there's hundreds of thousands of farm workers in Texas. And around 20-30% of those are foreign born, and around 17% of those are undocumented. So there's a lot of immigrants and a substantial number of undocumented immigrants. Now, the ICE raids have caused people to stay at home because of the fear that they're going to get deported. This means that farms are losing their staff. Some areas have lost half their works overnight. That's halts milk operations and also means the herd isn't being tended to. But it's not 100% of staff because less than 30% are immigrants in the first place. So we need to clarify 2 points. First of all, it is an issue because farms require a lot of manual labour. And even if you're losing 10% of the staff, that's going to be a bigger impact, but it's not 100%. Now, the reason it's a problem right now is this harvest is going on right now. So it's the winter wheat harvest, so it's planted in winter, gets harvested now, and around 50% of wheat would be harvested right now. And it's a critical phase. That's not going to happen if the staff aren't there. You then got a lot of fruit being harvested right now: cantaloupes, watermelons, peaches, plums, blackberries. They're all being harvested right now in either central or northern Texas. And these delays could either cause a loss of the crop or a reduced quality and therefore reduced revenue for the farmers. So it's actually quite a big issue. There's also secondary effects. So hay and silage is having troubles being harvested. That means there's going to be a long tail impact because the lack of hay now is going to impact the feed supplies later on. You've also got problems with logistics, so haulage, delivery, and then food processing plants. So think about abattoirs, etc. If the immigrant workers don't turn up for that either, you're not going to be able to get the food processed even once it is going from the farm to the factory. So this is quite a big issue. Not 100% of staff, but it is a significant percentage of staff which is going to impact food supplies.
Immigrant farm workers are not showing up on farms in the Rio Grande Valley in Texas, Florida, and California. In Texas, in particular, in the Rio Grande Valley, they produce many crops needed around the country, such as grapefruit, corn, citrus, oranges, all the vegetables, tomatoes, carrots, cabbage, onions are all grown here. And guess what? The undocumented workers are not showing up there. They're not showing up here in Florida, and they're not showing up in California. Now, I can hear you all say, you don't care, you're glad they're getting them. They're breaking the law, number one. They are criminals. They're not criminals. They are violating a civil violation, which is a fine or a penalty. It is not criminal, unlike the felon in the White House. That's a criminal. You will be complaining when you see no fruit, vegetables, and other crops in our grocery stores to eat. You will care when you see the prices escalate even higher. Isn't that the reason y'all supposedly voted for Trump? because he was going to bring the prices down, and y'all could only complain and complain about everything under Biden. I don't hear y'all complaining about these out of control prices anymore that we continue to see everywhere thanks to Donald Trump. And all the prices that we've seen go up because of the trade deals or no trade deals and the tariffs. Well, guess what? These prices are going up. Thank you, Donald Trump. You and Stephen Miller. Stephen Miller is such a genius. You know, he is the whole reason that we're having this whole problem, because he is so anti-immigrant. And by the way, his family came from Europe. They were persecuted as immigrants.
When you try to observe this story of farmers, I think it's something alarming this time around. You remember, American economy has been helped for so long by farming. And when you are saying that the farmers are going bankrupt, they are losing their farms, they no longer have federal benefits, what are you going to say? This is something which is going to affect each and everyone. We are going to be seeing this shortage of food, because if a country can't no longer sustain itself in the food industry, it's already collapsing. If most of people can't have that twice a meal a day, it is something which is not good at all. We are going to see some people start to starving, complaining. You all remember a lot of things are going expensive. We never seen grocery going down since this new administration came in place. And you remember it was their promise to bring each and everything down. But when you see the market price of each and everything right now, it is something alarming. But when we try to see these farmers on another side, these farmers, I think they were selfish. I think they were greedy. You can't even tell what really come on them, what they were thinking, doing something like this. You know, 90% of your workforce, they are undocumented migrant. You came out to do something which is affecting you. Most of these farmers has been for decades being billionaires, running a lot of acres, thousands of acres of farmers. They've been having a good market, a lot of market out of America. This time around, you are losing your markets because of these tariffs. There is a lot of policies which are affecting you the most. Yet, when they try to ask you, do you still supporting your candidate? You are saying yes. What we voted for is not good, is not what they are doing, but we still supporting them. They are trying to put everything in order. It's just a matter of time. We trust him. Let's wait and see. Is it this what you could say this time around? Now you've been having animals in your farms. You've been having 200, 500 of cows, which are supposed to be milked each and every day, morning and night. You no longer have anyone to replace those undocumented people. You were saying that white people, they don't want to work that job because it's not made for them. They are not showing up, no matter how amount of money you would want to offer them. Now, you've been saying, we don't want the Mexican, we don't want the Latinos, they should go back their country, they should come in America legally, they should look proper papers to stay here. Now see the consequences. And you are here complaining, you are here the one crying, oh, I no longer don't know what to do, we are losing our market, soybean, each and everything, we are losing a lot of money. This is something shows that without a migrant, American economy can't boost. Without a migrant, we can't see America developing. All those big buildings, each and everything you are seeing, those are the labor, those are the sweat of a lot of migrants. Because these farmers, you are saying yourself, you've been paying these people $100 a day to work in your farms. Just try to imagine, someone is working in your farms almost 10 hours a day, 12 hours a day, and you are paying them $70 an hour. Have you seen $70, $80 an hour to pick up your berries, to pick up tomatoes, to pick up sweet potatoes? $100 a day. Who would really want to come and work for you? And yet you are complaining no one wants that work. Yes, of course. Yes, of course. Who would drive almost 5 hours to come in those rural areas each and every day? And at the end of the day, you are going to pay them $100. And you all know, farming always need manual labor, either you like it or not. It's not everything machine will come and do for you. No. There will be always people present there to do that work. And this time around, you are complaining. This is something we are going to see affecting America in this coming 4 years if they don't change anything. If you are complaining and they don't do anything, they don't respond, it's a famine which is going to enter in America. We are going to see breaking news, people saying people in America are starving, they are going homeless, they are dying with hunger. This is what we are going to see. I think this time around, they need to change anything. They need to change something as soon as possible. Because for us coming here saying, oh, we told you so, laughing at you, it's not going to help you in anything. We are going to see a lot of people getting a victim of this. We are going to see a lot of people no longer to make that lunch for their kids to school. We are going to see a lot of people no longer to sustain themselves in food. These results we are going to see. Guys, let me know what you think today's episode in the comment section. Thank you for watching this video. Drop your opinion in the comment section. See you in my next video.